about leverage and its working in this video. Continuing with our previous example, a rationale to go long on TCS was built. The thought was that TCS stock price had overreacted to the management statement, and I had expected that the stock price to increase in due course of time. So a directional view was established, and hence a futures trade was initiated by me. Now the question was, anyway the expectation is that the stock price will go higher. Why should I bother about buying futures, and why not the stock in the spot market directly? Why should one really need to buy futures? What makes it so attractive? Why not just buy the stock and wait where there is no time bindation? The answer to all these questions lies in the word financial leverage. Let's rework on the example again, and with simple calculations, let's assume that I buy TCS at rupees say 2,362 per share. Further, we assume that the opportunity to square off this position occurs after 5 trading days at say 2,519. We will also assume that there is no difference between the spot and the futures price. So with a bullish view on TCS stock price and rupee 1 lakh in hand, I have to decide between two options, either to buy TCS in the spot market or to buy TCS futures from the derivative market. Let's evaluate each of these options and understand their respective dynamics. Say first, we buy TCS in spot market, which will require us to check for the prices at which it is trading, calculate the number of stocks we can afford to buy with rupees 1 lakh. So we can buy 1 lakh divided by 2362, that is 42 shares. And after buying the stock in the spot market, we have to wait for at least 2 working days, that is T plus 2, for the stock to get credited into our Demat account. This means that even if we have the very next day, if I have a good opportunity to sell the stock, we cannot really sell it. There's no pressure of time in this transaction. But when TCS is trading at say 2519, we can square off and we get a positional profit of rupees 1,05,798, 42 into 2519. So with 1 lakh invested in TCS, which is now turned to 1,05,798, generating 5,798 profit. If we calculate the return, we get a 5.79% return over 5 days, which is quite good. Now let's consider option 2, where we buy TCS in the futures market. Remember, futures market variables are predetermined. So the minimum number of shares that needs to be bought in TCS is 125 or in multiples of 125. The lot size multiplied by the futures price gives us the contract value, which will come to 2362 into 125, coming to 2,95,250. Now does that mean to participate in the futures market I need this much amount of total cash? No, not really. This is the contract value, and however, to participate in the futures market, I just need to deposit a margin amount, which is a certain percentage of the contract value. Let's assume in case of TCS, a 14% margin is applicable. So 14% of the contract value, which is around 41,335, all is what we need to enter into a futures agreement. Now, is this 14% fixed for all stocks? No. It varies from stock to stock and is specified by the exchange. So now with 1 lakh in hand and the cash requirement in terms of margin amount is only 41,335. This means instead of buying 1 lot of futures, I can actually buy 2 lot of TCS futures, which would be amounting to 250 shares, and the total margin would be 82,670 involved, and we would be still left with around 17,330 of cash. We cannot really do anything about this 17,000, but let's see what happens to our trade. The lot size is 125. We bought 2 lots at a price of 2,362. Futures contract value at the time of buying TCS was a total of 5,90,500, and the total margin which was required was around 82,670. We sell the futures at 2,519, and the contract value at the time of selling was 6,29,750, which actually gives me a profit of total 39,250. Wow, can you see a difference? A move from 2361 to 2519 generated a profit of only 5,700 in spot market, whereas around 39,000 in the futures market, which is generating around 47% of return over 5 days. Great. So by virtue of margins, we can take positions much bigger than the capital available, and this is known as leverage. Mind it, leverage is a double-edged sword. If used in the right spirit, knowledge, leverage can create wealth. But if not, it can destroy wealth also easily.